In 2020, there were more than 18,000 public accounting firms and over 12,000 bookkeeping and payroll services in Canada. Together they provide accounting, tax preparation, bookkeeping and payroll services to almost 4 million Canadian businesses. Their customers are overwhelmingly small. Only about 1.5% of Canadian businesses have 50 or more employees. Perhaps surprisingly, most public accountants don't actually use commercial accounting software very much. They only use accounting software to get the data out. For CPAs in practice, accounting software is like using an opener to get the accounting data out of the can. In a public accounting practice, the most important software applications are first, working paper software, second, income tax software, and just like everybody else, they use Microsoft Office. So what the heck is working paper software, and why do they use it?
Cloudware had its origins in the manual working paper files used by professional accountants in the recent past, as late as the 1980s and 90s. In those days, we needed to put together working paper files that were kept in a central file room. In small local accounting offices, accountants used columnar paper instead of spreadsheets initially. That's probably where spreadsheets got their name. They entered columns of figures and totaled them with adding machines and then later electronic calculators. While this may seem archaic today, accounting technicians then could be surprisingly efficient. What's more, they had complete control over their system, which meant that they soon internalized the accounting algorithm. When Cloudware International developed their commercial working paper application in the early 1990s, the Internet was still in its infancy. Most small offices had filing cabinets and local area networks that they managed themselves. Cloudware allowed small firms to share working paper files among staff fairly easily. It provided a great deal of control over the design and structure of the working paper file and even came with its own formatting and reporting tool as well as a rudimentary programming language. From our perspective, though, Cloudware as an application has a number of disadvantages. First, the reporting system and programming function required firms to learn a unique programming language that was only useful within that system. In our view, it makes more sense to invest in learning the intricacies of contemporary word processing and spreadsheet programs that are not only more powerful, but have much broader application. Second, the application was designed when the Internet was in its infancy. It relied to a great extent on local area networks and/or sophisticated IT management locally. These days, the risk of managing your own IT is actually much greater than the risks associated with outsourcing to a credible content management system in the cloud. These systems have the resources to protect your data more effectively and at a much lower cost. Third, file sharing was initially reliant on local proximity and was less convenient and less powerful than contemporary cloud-based storage systems. Cloudware addresses all of these disadvantages by combining the capabilities of professional quality office productivity software and professional cloud-based storage systems in a single package. With the popularization of personal computers in the early 1980s, the conventional wisdom would have it that accountants would migrate to using commercial accounting software. What happened wasn't expected. While accountants embraced computers for word processing and spreadsheets, they left accounting software to bookkeeping firms. By 1989, a Canadian company named Cloudware International launched their very successful Cloudware working paper software package, which soon found its way into most of Canada's public accounting firms. Most Canadian and US-based accounting firms soon ditched their manual working paper files for Cloudware. Mostly, it was left to bookkeeping firms or small businesses themselves to perform day-to-day record-keeping tasks using commercial accounting software.
Most businesses live in either the Google or the Microsoft ecosystem. That means they already have everything they need to build their own version of Cloudware.
These days, most businesses have access to high-quality cloud-based content management systems. Microsoft's OneDrive and Google Suite are excellent alternatives. Dropbox is also excellent. We designed Cloudware to work with Citrix ShareFile. But other alternatives are equally viable and have much more general application than Caseware's proprietary cloud storage tool. In our view, it makes the most sense to rely on the directory structure of your computer's operating system instead of adopting a directory system developed for your working paper software. The design intent behind Cloudware is to develop a fully customizable system that accounting technicians can build themselves from the ground up. It's the same principle that the military uses when training soldiers to take their rifles apart and reassemble them. We believe that it's important for accounting technicians to internalize the accounting algorithm until it becomes effortless and automatic. In our view, it's much better to learn how to exploit the capabilities of today's very powerful spreadsheet programs to accomplish data management tasks. Learning to use spreadsheets for filtering columns of data, to create lookup tables, sum if functions, and so on, makes for a richer and more valuable learning experience. We hope you enjoy using Cloudware either as a fully customizable learning tool or to support teams working remotely in today's connected world.